Hi, um, welcome back to Monday. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope that you guys had a great long weekend. I hope that you had a happy Easter and that everyone is doing well. I have not been doing well over the weekend. I've been feeling crummy. I don't know what's going on. I felt kind of crummy at the end of last week. I'm still feeling crummy. Anyway, let's jump right into talking about good old Mr. Toulmin. Sometimes I want to just call him a tool for making things so complicated. I'm just going to touch a little bit on his method, the Toulmin method. Is what it's usually called, and discuss a little bit about each of the things. Kind of maybe simplify a way that you could look at it. And it might help you then as you're going to be analyzing an essay like you did with Rogers. And it'll help you kind of know which questions to ask to help you, get through it and see how you can break down an essay that may be employing the Toulmin method. So Toulmin believed that that you should have a claim first. You should have a claim, which basically is the conclusion of the argument being made. In other words, you could ask this question: what is your argument? And so in presenting it that way, and of course, in the Aristotelian method, we say you have your main claim as your thesis statement, and then you have major claims. You have major claims that you state, in each paragraph. And, in each of those paragraphs is the support for the main argument, your main argument, and your little mini arguments throughout. And then Toulmin says that you have to have grounds. So you have to have some sort of data or facts offered to support that claim. And so you can ask the question, okay, we know what the argument is. Now, what is the evidence that's being used to support the argument? And then, of course, Toulmin believes in that warrant. The warrant is something that logically connects the claims and the grounds. And so you're just asking yourself, okay, what's the connection between these two things? What's the connection between the argument and the evidence? What can I find there? And then you have the backing. And the backing then directly supports that warrant. And so it's kind of the way you would look at your minor claims. You've got major claims and minor claims, and then that main claim. So you can kind of look at it, your backing as like the little details in your paragraph. You could ask your question, why should the reader agree with your grounds? Okay, so you're giving them the backing that supports the warrant, which then answers the question, why should they agree with your grounds? And you can see they're all, they're connected. They're like one, like almost physically connects to the one ahead of it. Then throughout your argument, so these things are kind of like a sequential type. Then throughout, you're going to have qualifiers. Your qualifiers are making statements about the strength of your claim. And so your qualifiers basically are going to say, what are the limits of your argument? And it could be any number of things, and it could be more than one, and it could happen, throughout the argument. It's not like you're just going to have, it's not like you're going to have one of each of these anyway. You're going to have several, but qualifiers don't necessarily have to come in any sort of particular order. They don't have to be bam, it has to be right after the grounds, so bam, right after the warrant. It doesn't really work that way. It could come, wherever. And then, of course, you have your rebuttal, which we, of course, call the refute, or the opposing view, and then the refute. And so the rebuttal is then the exception to the claim. The rebuttal, of course, includes the opposing view and the refute. So what are the objections to the argument. Of course, you would refute that with, of course, another claim. And then it just kind of goes on and on like that. And so depending on where you want to start your paper, well, I mean, after the main claim, after your thesis statement, you still could have that rebuttal come first. As long as then you keep your claims, your grounds, your warrants, your backing, all in, working with one another that way. So, it gives obviously a further, a clearer explanation, or a more extensive explanation maybe, in the book, explaining this. And then it gives examples, and we're going to go over that in more detail in our instructor-led discussion on Wednesday. So I will see you bright and early on Wednesday, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Don't be late for our instructor-led discussion. I will go ahead and tell you that this week, really cutting down on the homework, so you guys can be preparing for finals types of things. So yeah, hopefully you're finishing your videos. Hopefully you're working on rewriting and stuff. We're going to be talking about rewriting and editing this a little bit this week as well. So all right, I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.